One of the most common questions that I get is, how do I make role playing feel real? Now, there's two things. There's two really important things that go into making role play feel weird, because I know usually what happens is they're like, I can't get into it. I can't take it seriously. Like, I try to get into it, but like I just can't, and like I know it's fake, so it like ruins the whole thing. That's usually what I get from people when they slide in my DMs. And the reality is, if it feels fake to you, either one, the scenario doesn't mean anything to you, or two, there is no prep, right? So we're going to talk about the first one first, being the it doesn't have any meaning, right? So for me, when I'm role playing like CNC, or like I've done teacher student once, but for the most part, the only thing I can genuinely take seriously is CNC. Um, and the reason for that is like, um, okay, so from my personal experience, right, for let's say like a firefighter, like I have to pretend like there's a fire and I'm coming to save you, or whatever the case may be, or like I'm pretending to be a plumber and I need to like fix your pipes, or whatever the case may. Like, I have no knowledge of plumbing whatsoever, none whatsoever. So like, just to get into character of plumbing, I could not take seriously whatsoever. It's the same with being a teacher student. Like, if we just randomly got into the bedroom, or whatever the case may be, and or we were in the living room and you have a pencil and paper out and you're doing math and I correct you, like, I would not be able to take that seriously. The reason why I could take teacher student seriously once in my lifetime was because literally I was teaching my ex how to play League of Legends. I was teaching her how to play League of Legends at that time. So technically speaking, I was her teacher. So the scenario was me teaching her how to play League of Legends because I was already teaching her how to play League of Legends. So there was no need for me to get into character. Okay? There was no need for that. So that's the first thing. Like, the scenario has to have some kind of meaning to you. If you try to pick a scenario that you have no context of, you have to like really go out of your way. Me personally, I can't do it. Me personally, I can't do like pretend to be like Johnny Sins and like be an astronaut and be a fireman and be a teacher and do all this other stuff that he's used to doing. Like, I would not be able to take that seriously. Now, other role play scenarios that I have been able to do and take seriously, my ex was a doctor. So guess what? When I wasn't feeling well, guess what one of the role plays we could do? Her being a doctor and me being a patient. Why? Because that's something she can do. So that's like the best way I can explain it to you. Now, for like the CNC, that is something that requires a lot of prep, which we're going to get into secondly. So I don't know if you guys remember the video that I told you about, like how to properly do CNC, or whatever the case may be. But one of the things I told you guys is baby steps, right? You don't just want to, because let's be, I can't speak for every woman, but like 99% of the women that I've spoken to, maybe like 95 to 99% of the women have told me that they enjoy the thought of like me taking it consensually without them wanting it. And some have gone as far as like, I want to be like chased through the woods. I want to like be chased through the woods and you catch me, and then once you catch me you can do whatever. Like, those are, CNC is a spectrum. Those are like the more intense, more dark fantasy scenarios, right? You don't want to start with that. You want to baby step your way into that, right? So let's talk about the baby steps first, right? Once again, CNC is a kind of role play where it's consensual, non-consensual, where you're consenting to a situation that doesn't involve consent. For example, if someone's sleeping, they can't give you consent because they're unconscious. But if you consent to it, then it's a whole different thing, right? So how do you prep for this? I can tell you, you don't just randomly decide, oh, my partner's asleep, I'm gonna slip it in. It could take days. But it starts way before the bedroom. All right, so let's say you and your girl, you guys decided that you're going to hang out on Friday. What you two need to be doing is you need to be having conversations, talking about it, and mentally prepping for it on Monday. Okay? And then the more you guys do it, the less you can talk about it, obviously. Right, because then you're just like accustomed to it or whatever the case may be. But it starts way before you two meet. It starts on the phone. It starts through conversation. And what that looks like is you could, and once again, it's kind of weird saying this online, because those that don't get it are gonna be like, yo, this dude's crazy. But it's like, you have to, your girl or you, right? It doesn't have to just be the girl pretending to be asleep. You can be like, hey, Friday, I want to do something, whatever the case may be. And then the partner who is going to be asleep can be like, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not really going to be in the mood for it, right? So you're already planting that idea in your head, right? But keep in mind, the conversation beforehand is it's going to happen. Right, so I want to say this, but like also like I don't know how people are going to take it. But the people that are going to get it, I'm just going to let y'all explain it to them in the comment section, okay? Because I'm not about to sit here and defend myself. So what's today's date? I don't know what today's date is. Hold on. What is today's date? Today's like the 16th or something. Today's like the 16th, I think. So and today's Sunday. So Friday would be 5 days. So what that'd be like the 21st. So Friday would be like the 21st, I think. So like what I would do is I would be like, hey, look, Friday or whatever the case may be, I'm thinking about like trying some CNC or whatever the case may be. I want to just put it in while you sleep. And then she'd be like, yeah, I'd be down for that. The next day, every other day from there, she can be like, hey, baby, I'm gonna be honest with you, I changed my mind. I don't think I'd be down to do it, right? But you've already consented to it. And this is why I say it's so important. It's so important to like have the conversations beforehand, and it's important for you to feel safe with your partner, because as soon as you two have decided it was going to happen on Friday, now you're going through it. And keep in mind, this is why safety words are super important, right? This is why safety words are super important, because we've already discussed we're going to do it, and then the next day your partner can say, I'm not really into it, but that's not a safe word, so you know that they're into it, if that's making sense, right? So she can be like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna be into it. And then you can be like, sweetie, listen, like we've kind of already discussed it, I kind of just want to try it out. And then she'd be like, no, I'm gonna be honest with you, stop bringing it up, I don't want to do it, right? And then the next day, you have the same conversation, right? I can't wait to slide it in you while you're asleep. Hey, I kind of already told you I'm not really going to be feeling that, honestly, right? And then you have a little bit of banter. You have some playful back and forth, right? But you're still in that mode, right? So now we're already in the mentality of I'm going to do it, even though she doesn't want to do it. Saying that out loud, I already know like there are going to be some people in the comment section be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? But once again, I'm going to let the other people in the comment section that do get it explain it to the people that don't get it. Now, then when the day comes, you're already ready. When the day comes, you're already ready, right? And it's it's your partner's job. Let's say I'm the person that's like sliding it in, right, or whatever the case may be. It's funny because like you have to like low key be Delulu and like really play into the character, right? So that's like baby stepping into like CNC. And then another thing you guys can try, right, is another example I'm going to give is like, technically speaking, if someone's drunk, they can't consent to sex, right? So you have that same conversation. Let's say, wait, is today Sunday? Yeah, today's Sunday. Friday, you talk to your partner. Hey, Friday, I want to have drunk sex. She's like, yeah, I'd love to have drunk sex. Next day, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna be in the mood. Well, why not? I thought we already discussed that we want to do this. Yeah, but like I kind of changed my mind. And then whatever excuse they want to give, right? But the prep is the most important part. If you're just sitting there trying to be like, hey, look, I think it'd be really cute to like kidnap you and like go into the woods or something, and y'all just randomly go to a park and you just say run. I mean, once again, if there's like a lot of comfort in you guys' relationship, if you've already done that, you can. But in terms of like your first time doing it, like I said, the newer you are to these scenarios, the more you have to prep. And the prep really does come from having conversations days beforehand, guys. So that's how you really make those like situations feel real. So two most important things to take away from this video. The first one being the scenario has to mean something to you, right? I'm not a plumber, I can't do a plumbing or whatever the case may be. But for whatever reason, if something comes up where I am teaching you something, okay, now we can kind of get into it a little bit more. And then we can have those conversations about it. Hey, look, when I teach you how to play League of Legends, I want you to wear this dress. Boom. For what? Why do you want me to wear the dress? Because I said so, right? And now we can get into it. I'm not going to really go into details about like how I did the whole League of Legends thing or whatever the case may be, but like that meant something, and then we prep for it. It's the same thing with CNC, because I say CNC because that's like literally the most common. That is like the most common thing, or the most common role play that women have told me they want to try is CNC. So it's the same thing. Baby step your way into it. Have that conversation. And then once you guys have the safety words intact or whatever, boom, get into character. Lead up to it days and then try it. All right. This video is kind of short, but I mean 15, we're at like 13 minutes 30 seconds, so I guess that's not too bad. With that being said, guys, if there's anything you guys else want me to talk about, let me know. If you like this video, let me know in the comment section. If you didn't like it, let me know in the comment section. Go ahead and hit the bell so you know when I get the videos. I do try to post every single day, so go ahead and subscribe if you like my content, and we outie.